Good evening. I hope you all had a good day. My knee is still acting up. So, I made an appointment. I called and made an appointment. So just so I can have him x-rayed because I'm pretty sure that it is my RA acting up, but just to be certain that there's nothing else going on, I made an appointment tomorrow so I could go see my doctor so they could give me an x-ray real quick. Cause I don't know what this just like all of a sudden. Like all of a sudden. And most of the time when it is my RA, it's lateral. So whatever's happening on one side is happening on the other one. This is just happening on my right knee. So that's why I'm gonna make sure I go get it looked at tomorrow. But hey, mom, life, love. So Nevaeh had the baby. Nevaeh had her baby. She went yesterday and had a membrane sweep. And that's basically when they go, the doctor is only, it's really the doctor sticking their fingers in there and they kind of separate in the membrane and the amniotic sac and stuff to try to make the water break, right? It's not them going up there when when you got to go into hospital and they poke in order to break your water. Yes, the baby has a lot of hair and it's dark hair. It's dark hair. I was waiting to see if the baby was gonna come out with hair like Nevaeh and Superior, but the hair is dark, right? So thank God at least she had a safe delivery. The baby is here. The baby seems to be healthy. The people are already making complaints about stuff, talking about the baby feet being purple. You know damn well that's when they take the goddamn footprint. These people is so simple damn minded. They looking for everything. Somebody gonna call the damn police to the hospital. You said Blue keep inspecting the baby. Yeah, he does keep inspecting the baby. I think he's doing that for content and to try to ruse the subscribers, the audience. But that's what I came on here for, Mom Life Love. I came on here to make the overall announcement that yes, the baby has been born. I wanted to say the thing about these crazy ass people looking at the baby feet being purple. Like these people act like they ain't never seen a baby be born before and know they got the footprint. They got to get the print. So I don't know what is wrong with these people. These people crazy as hell. Like I said, they gonna end up sending the what's the name up to the hospital. Then child, mom life love, did you see how they got that room? That room looked like a hurricane hit that damn room. They have not been in there that long for that hospital room that had been looking the way it was looking. And Blue was making a mess all over everything. All over everything. And I hope that, listen, we watched that nigga. I'm not certain that Blue has taken a shower since Saturday morning. We know that Blue took a shower. we know too much about these people's lives. We just really shouldn't know it. But they want to put it on here, so this is why we know. It's the part that we tune into. I think he does too. I think, and he's going to use that for content. He's mom life love. He's even if he's not, even if he doesn't have any doubt, he's going to do something eventually to use it for content because these kids are props to him. And that's what I said it looked funky. It looked funky in there. The room looked like, I'm like, how in the hell y'all been in there less than 24 hours and that room looked like a goddamn tsunami that hit it? He done spilled stuff all over the floor, and we are not sure if he's even taken a shower since Saturday morning. We know he took a shower Saturday morning because he went from they showered Saturday morning. They did it on the damn live, right? They did it on the damn live. So we know he showered Saturday morning, but since Saturday morning, we cannot confirm that this nigga has bathed. Okay? We can't. Because we seen him come from Krishan house or wherever Krishan was staying on Sunday looking stale as hell. We watched him go upstairs into that bathroom and put them brand new clothes on and squirt a couple of pumps of cologne. I know he was smelling like, I hate to say this, but this, I know he was smelling real Pakistani-ish. I don't nobody get me for saying it. I'm sorry, it's just the truth. Them Pakistanis, they don't like to use, things, certain things, and so they have really natural smelling skin. That's all I'm gonna say. So I know he was smelling real Pakistani-ish over at that baby shower, right? Because with all of that hooping and hollering and shit that was going on, he had to been sweating or something. I can't see, like, it just looked funky, right? You said I'm dead, Mom. I'm just saying that is the truth. They don't like to put, they shower. But because they don't like to use certain things, they just have a real natural smelling aroma. And it seemed like even when it seems like they just got out the shower, like you can see evidence that they just came out the shower. It's just like a really natural kind of smell. Mom, like, look, shut up. Shut up. I'm sorry. But that's the best way I could describe it, unless I said like salami or something like that. Like, he looked like he smells like something that is just funky, right? Blue cheese. I mean, that probably go good. Blue cheese. He probably smelled like blue cheese. Like, because by now, like when you don't take a shower, women, we got them little creases and crevices. If you don't wash yourself, you don't get yourself up properly, you're going to start having a little, yeast build up, because skin builds up yeast. Men got the same thing, like around their balls and all of that, right? Like, so maybe blue cheese is what he's smelling like. I don't know, right? I don't know. But we cannot confirm that this nigga, we have no evidence that he has taken a shower since Saturday morning. Okay? We know him and Krishan have gotten dressed 2 times inside of the store. I can't. Him and Krishan have made 2 outfit changes inside of the mall and a store. And you let him up in that labor and delivery room. Girl, I hope you told that boy. She probably was scared to tell him anything, Jesus. Because anything that she might have told him, he might have been like, all right, well, let me go home. Because, I need to make sure I got a certain kind of soap. And then he might not have came back. She probably was scared to tell this nigga anything. Like, like right now, he was just about to talk about, I'm about to go home. I got to grab something for you. She was like, wait, no, he was like, I'll be right back. She said, Mom, like, no, shut up. He said, I'm going to be right back. She was like, where are you? Okay, but where are you going? And so he was like, I had to run to the house real quick. And she was like, for what? And he was like, I got to grab something for you. The dummy why would you say you gotta grab stuff for her? She bought everything that she need, cause she is scared. She don't, just like she was trying to babysit you over that Zeus event, cause she was scared that you was about to leave her. She knew you was about to do it. That's the same way she sound tonight, y'all. The same way. Yes, she is scared that he is going to leave and that Bodine or nigga number 2 or 3 is going to end up taking her home from that hospital. Just make sure, at least Blueface, if you leave her at the hospital, make sure you at least do your due diligence and put the car seat in the car for the men. Don't make them men. This is your baby. Don't make them men do all of that. Yeah, she is absolutely traumatized, Mom, like, love. Absolutely, right? So, look, this is where I wanted to say, though. These subscribers, y'all, the subscribers ain't subscribing. They are over there struggling to get subscribers because they thought that, we're going to say we'll do a face reveal, right? And so we need to get, I think they said 1,000 subscribers. I watched for over an hour. They were at 270 some subscribers, right? By the time I clicked out of there, and then probably another 45 minutes had passed, They was at 306 subscribers. They are struggling to get the subscribers. And this is the exact point that Crystal Rock was making. The Chucky doll. Did y'all see I posted that stuff about that Chucky that's going around with these dead people? I was cracking up. It's not funny, but I was cracking up when I seen it because I'm like, last night I just talked about Krishan being like a Chucky doll, and now it's a real life Chucky doll running around Philadelphia downtown terrorizing people and shit. Thank God she was on the other coast, so they couldn't blame her. Because, Lord God, they blame her for everything. They would have blamed her for that too, right? But they are struggling with these subscribers. When I left out of there, it was only 306 subscribers. And this goes to show exactly what Krishan was saying. Blueface, you and Nevaeh did not generate those subscribers on your own. Y'all do not generate a bunch of subscribers without me being a part of the controversy. He was getting decent views when he's having other women as part of the controversy, yeah. But it has to be something like that in order for him and Nevaeh to generate the views. But they reached their biggest peaks after he sided with her, or there's some suspicion that he sided with her. Even when you think about when he went to Catalina with Ashley did not bring those views in like that. That had come right off of him being with Krishan. He thought he could try to go do the same shit with Ashley. It did not work. It did not work. That's their program. That ain't his program. That is Krishan and Blueface program. I bet you right now, if Blueface was to call Krishan back to Cali and bring her up into that hospital to come visit Nevaeh, I bet you them numbers go up. I bet you them numbers go up then. I bet you if Nevaeh walk into that house after being in that hospital and she see Krishan on the floor playing with Junior, I bet you them numbers shoot up then. Because that's what the subscribers is there for. Y'all, the subscribers don't even care what the cute little baby look like. They don't care. They are not subbing. And Blueface is trying to it's bothering him, but he's trying to make kind of light of it. But it is, you can tell it's bothering him that they didn't so quickly get up to the subscriber goal in order for them to do the baby face reveal. It's letting people know we are not interested in seeing you and Nevaeh's baby. We want you to use you and Nevaeh's baby the same way you do with the other kids. Use them as a prop. If you use them as a prop, we'll watch. If you're not using them as a prop and generating some kind of controversy, we don't care. Who don't want to see a cute little baby, y'all? Who don't? These people are not even subscribing for that. You said Vaeh is live in the hospital. You said yes, because yes, she is the motion. She is the motion. Nevaeh's, that was Krishan baby shower. That wasn't Nevaeh baby shower. That was Krishan baby shower. Nevaeh need to tell Krishan thank you for every gift she got. She need to tell Krishan thank you for every view she got. She need to tell Krishan thank you for the check she about to get next month from what Blueface gonna give her. She needs to thank Krishan right now instead of being angry and upset. Shit. Just let Krishan go downstairs and stay in the guest room. And then y'all switch. You had 3 nights. She had 4. I think she deserves maybe more because she's the one that's carrying this content. Krishan can grab consistent numbers on her own, showing when she's training, when she's doing good things, all of that stuff. For them to go down so low, over an hour, they were stuck at 270 subs. Like I said, by the time I got over there, about 45 minutes, they were only at 306. They don't want to see this shit. They don't. All they want to see is him be Jason Voorhees. They want Carlissa to turn it up is paying Voorhees over on her side. Because now her and Jaden do got something going on. I don't know if Jaden's going to let it brew because I think Jaden is seeing the play. I don't think she wanted to be a part of it. Jaden made some statements about Carlissa today because Carlissa was trying to deflect from this incident that happened with Krishan and Blue the other night and talk about Jaden and Bravo again and bring that up. And Jaden basically told her, like, stop bringing up shit that I'm not even entertaining no more, right? And you said yes, it was Krishan's baby shower. They better get Krishan's. Exactly, like that would have been when he rushed to the hospital in that Lamborghini. Krishan had missed her flight anyway and had to wait for the next plane to come. So I mean, the next plane she could get on to come. So he should have turned around, just got there, brought her to the hospital, and then there you would listen, just hit it all with a bang. Cause this girl, she's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. She's going right back to that house. She's going to be right back over there, and she's going to do this until she thinks that she finds something equally as satisfactory. Right? She is going to do this until she finds something that she thinks is equally satisfactory. Until then, she's not going to... Listen, I think she was defeated the other night. But I think then after sitting back looking at it, then after him coming over to the hospital and him voicing that he's still interested in her being part of the circus, she's willing to go. And listen, y'all, I will not be shocked. You said Blueface showed half of the baby face on the stream. Yeah, eventually, that baby's going to be on the stream before the end of the week. The face is going to be on the stream before the end of the week. So, I don't even know why they didn't just show the baby on the stream. But them subs are not subbing up to see that baby. They're not. They are not subbing up. She is, what I was getting ready to say. This is the thing. It was also crazy them jumping on the stream so fast like they did too. I mean, that was kind of like, I felt like, damn, y'all can't even have a second. He was waiting because it was certain things that he could not film during the labor part. So he wasn't in compliance. He wasn't doing that by choice. He was doing that because he had to comply. They had to comply and they couldn't have all of that going on. They couldn't have all of that on, right? And like I said, the reason Waeh and R&B are milking this too, I ain't gonna say it's not nothing genuine about it, but it's because of how they feel about Krishan. And like I said, and Kim, Waeh's wife, because R&B is the girlfriend. Kim and Waeh are not divorced yet. The paperwork was filed. Kim filed the paperwork, right? The paperwork was filed, but that divorce is not final. So the issue is when, I guess, after it was all said and done and things was dissolved and Kim made that move to go get this divorce, she started managing Krishan. Waeh has nothing to do with whatever kind of money is being made between Krishan and Blueface. And Carlissa revealed that is part of the main reason why he always is talking shit on Krishan. Now, it's enough shit to talk on her about. But with him, it's always a motive. You said Carlissa must be sick. They totally ignore her. They do. She posted them but she's reposting what's already on social media. Like, it's not like they sent her something exclusive for her to be able to put up as the grandma or nothing like that. She's reposting all of what social media is saying. Right? That's what's going on over there. But Carlissa is going to have the tea because when Rilla go to have that baby, that's going to be the next real focal controversy is when Rilla goes to have that baby. And let me tell you something. Rilla like Krishan. Rilla likes Krishan. And I will not be surprised if sneaky Pamela Voorhees Carlissa Pamela Voorhees, if she doesn't try to do something to facilitate a situation to where she has Krishan make some appearance to see if she can get Krishan, because she's smoothing up to Krishan now. She is taking some distance away from Jayden because of the latest episodes and things that's been going on, and she's been turning some of her attention towards Krishan. Now, she backed up. Yeah, really, it's very cool. Very. Not a lot. I'm so glad she don't even want to compete in this bullshit. Who wants to compete in this shit? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to do that? But see, what I was going to say was, I bet y'all Nevaeh is going to get pregnant again right away, because even though Blueface is saying he doesn't want anything to do with Rilla. He doesn't want anything to do with Rilla's baby. The fact that Carlissa is going to constantly, and Carlissa's family, Rilla has met Blueface's grandfather, met the sisters, all of them. Carlissa didn't really marketed it, this thing, right? So it's going to really be in his face. And Carlissa is going to make sure she puts it up there into his face. And that is going to drive Nevaeh up a wall. It is going to drive her up a wall. She's going to get pregnant again. I really believe it. Especially because he's voicing that he's willing to do it. He's willing for her to get pregnant again. So she's going to do it again, because she's going to have an issue that, number one, Rilla's baby is going to be a girl. And then, in addition, Rilla's baby will be the youngest baby. She's not going to be okay with that. Her baby is not even going to get a whole year of being the youngest. And despite what him not claiming the child, his mother is, and that is going to make it difficult for him to ignore. Not difficult for him. Let me take that back. Not difficult for him, because he ignores Journey and Javon, okay? So not difficult for him, right? It's going to make it difficult for Nevaeh to ignore. It's going to make it difficult for the other women in the circus to ignore. So that's what's going to generate the controversy. Carlissa then already talked about the comparison of how Rilla's baby shower is going to look as opposed to what Nevaeh's baby shower looked like, and how Nevaeh's baby shower basically didn't look family oriented because she's not in good standing with the family. Rilla is in good standing with the family. Rilla has a whole bunch of family of her own. And so Carlissa is basically showing, when you side with the mama, this is how things can go. And that's the stops that Carlissa is going to roll out on SZA. That's her content. Carlissa can now kind of talk slick and break bad to Jayden, because she has new content, fresh content with Rilla. You said the baby shower was more based on exactly how much money was spent. The venue was absolutely gorgeous. The decorations was good. The venue was absolutely gorgeous, but basically what Carlissa was saying, the personal touches were missing. Right? You say it wasn't a warm baby. Exactly. Like, the personal touches were missing. So you already know that Carlissa is going to bring it, because she wants to throw it up in her son's face. She's going to throw it up into Nevaeh's face. That's what she's going to do. And like I said, every time Rilla get up onto this internet, she got something good to say about Krishan. Not Jayden and not Nevaeh. But she always got something good to say about Krishan. You said Krishan took off. Exactly. And he allowed it. More importantly, Mom Life Love, Krishan took all the shine from that girl for her baby shower, but he allowed it to happen. He allowed it to happen. Right? And so, right now, there are people who are sitting there and comparing the fact that, oh, look at him. He's over at the hospital with Nevaeh and how attentive he is. Let me tell you something. If Nevaeh would have went to that hospital and he would have got word from somebody else that she was having a baby, he wouldn't have went there. He went there because he know that she's a useful idiot. He says she is the golden goose. So as long as she let him, You heard him on the mic when he went up to the baby shower, and he says, she using me, I'ma use her. That's what he says. You said, oh Lord, that boy Nova posted a pic showing his ears trolling. Like, yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, they already are trolling the situation. And so if Blueface sees that that's the only way to get the audience captured back in for now, to try to give her a couple of days in order to at least try to rest, if he want to be that sensitive towards her, you know, so that she can rest a couple of days after having this baby, he's going to play more so on that. He's going to joke around more so with that to try to pull the crowd in. But it's not doing it. It's not doing it. They turned that camera on and told them sub up to see that baby, and they could not even get 500 subs over 2 hours. Over 2 hours. You said Blueface going to show the baby. I like he exposed Krishan. Yeah, exactly. Like he goes, exactly. He's gonna show that baby. That's what I said. Before the end of the week, I think it's gonna probably be tomorrow. To be honest with you, but at least before the end of the week is out, that baby is gonna already be on the camera. They stream too much of their everyday life for you to think that you're gonna try to somehow not show the baby. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna had the baby upstairs away while the three of y'all, you Superior and her, sitting in that chair? John's Junior, he gonna be upstairs in the crib while y'all downstairs sitting in the two chairs and Superior hopping from lap to lap. That's what y'all gonna do still? You ain't gonna be able to do that. That baby has needs. It has stuff. Hey, Mellable, you said this. Yes, she had the baby, Bella. Yes, and I was saying that they cannot even generate. So Blueface tried to tell them 1,000 subs so that they could reveal the baby. Mella, it's an hour went by. They only had 270. Then another 45 minutes, they only had 306. They cannot get them numbers up. Not even to reveal that baby. You said WAG said there will be a DNA test. WAG is too much up in everything. And see, this the thing. People needed to pay attention to what Blueface was saying at her when he was over at Dean and AB's event. I mean, Dean and AB's club. He said to her, "You kissing the wrong people's ass," talking about WAG and R&B. He said it. He was like, "You're kissing the wrong people's ass." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He know the deal. He know the deal when it comes to really dealing with WAC. He just don't come out here and publicly bash the situation. But he knows the real deal when it comes to dealing with that situation. But like I said, it's a motive for everybody. What did Laura and Staying Alive say? Y'all, Staying Alive, I love that movie, y'all. Laura said that everybody uses everybody. And that's exactly what is going on in this situation. Everybody is using everybody. Right? And so you can't even trust really what all of them are saying to be true, because you don't know if that's just a ruse that they are keeping up in order to use each other for what they're using them for. That's the whole thing. You don't know if any of these friendships, relationships, situationships are really genuine, because you don't know what the motivation is behind it. Like I said, did y'all latch on? Y'all latching on. So all of a sudden, y'all latching on to Nevaeh for what? Why? Because it gives Kim a run for her money because she's representing the other one. She's the other one's manager. All of the time that WAC tried to get his hands on the Krishan Blueface brand and he couldn't. But Krishan went and she did that with Kim. So is that where this is like generating from? You said, but why would he name the baby after him if he has doubts? I don't really think that he doubts it, right?
I just gotta get my shoes out.
Okay, yeah, it looks good. I don't think that she I don't think that she doubts it. I mean, he doubts it, right? But I think that he will pretend like he does. Just like I feel like he does with Junior. He knows the real truth, but he does it because these kids are props. And like I said, the people are not interested in this story unless he's going to treat this child like a prop, like he does all the rest of the kids. That's what they will be okay with. They are okay with the exploitation and the mistreatment of the kids if it means spicy, fiery content. So that's what they are waiting to see. Because if it was really like an interest in his life, what he's doing, his betterment, him trying to do something better, they would have subbed up to see the baby. Who doesn't sub up to see a cute little baby? Look at how back in the day, how all of the celebrities, how they would not reveal their baby's face, and then they would sell it to a particular media source and for a whole bunch of money, right? Because people want to see a cute baby, especially when it's a celebrity that they enjoy and all of that, right? They want to see. This nigga has a platform where he can just click the button and freely try to sell what people used to arrange many years ago, and the people didn't bite. They didn't budge. You want to know why they ain't biting budge? Because they see that you got two school-age children over there with Jaden. They see that you got Krishan Jr. over there with Krishan, and they still watch you in spite of the fact of how you treat them. So they want to see you treat all of them the same. Just like he keeps saying, he don't treat none of these women the same. They are paying to see you treat all of these people like shit. So you better get to treating everybody like shit so that you can keep this content rolling. Because that's what's important, right? What's important is keeping the content rolling. So get to treating everybody like shit. So you ain't no time for no favorites around here. Ain't no time for all of that. You know, they say we giving the baby to the end of the day and then take us back to the show. That's what the subscribers are telling him. They don't give a fuck about his kids, just like he doesn't give a fuck about them. Right? We are paying you to not give a fuck about your kids and to keep bleeding these women and their children. Keep dragging them and their children. That's what the subscribers are saying. And that's what you're going to need to do in order to keep them captivated. And so, yeah, we would have paid and subbed up to see the baby face if you had given us a little bit of more oomph for our dollar. You know what you needed to do in order to get them to why you didn't do it. You said they better call Krishan to help with the subs. And exactly, that's what I'm saying. She gonna be back again this weekend. Like I said, if they really want to get the subs up, I think they'll hit over 50K. If when Vaeh walk in that house, if Krishan and Baby Junior is sitting up on that floor wrestling. And y'all, I say wrestling. I don't even never say no wrestling. But listen, that's what it is tonight. If that camera pops on and Krishan Jr., Vaeh about to walk in that house, and Krishan, they need to let me direct this. Let me be the director. Krishan and Jr. is up on that floor wrestling, right? I bet you them numbers jump up. I bet you, because that's what people want to see. When we were talking about the David trial, when we were talking about prior to the preliminary hearing, we were talking about some of the things, and I was expressing about the 764 call, and I was saying how they do this gore content, and they enlist these children, they groom these children into that, right? And it's gore content, like them doing mutilations, unaliving, self-harm. Like they taking these videos and this is entertainment, right? And they trying to see how they can become desensitized to it, right? This is the same thing. This is the same thing that we are watching, right? It's a desensitization of watching somebody do all this crazy ass shit. It is similar to gore content. It's self-harm when you really think about it. Because self-harm can come in many ways. So that's exactly, y'all laughing at me. This is exactly what we look like. I'm sorry. But listen, because, and this the thing, if you go watch the video while he's in the hospital, he keeps saying something to her about the number. Oh no, we not gonna show the baby. It's just still at 276. And he say this about 3-4 times. And then when the Vaeh says, well, I don't think I'm ready to really show him yet. And then Blueface says, yeah, nah, not yet, because they didn't even meet the sub goal. We only at 306. That's when I said, this is my cue to cut up out this shit. But goodbye, good night. Good night. Good night. Blue, you don't got nothing to pull out of your magician hat to bring this up. Because after all, you was bragging that you can do this with anyone. That's what you said. You said the baby shower got more than 800K. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And now you all the way down and you can't even get 500 subs the day that your baby is born. That's what I'm saying. That lets you know where this is coming from. This is what the girl tried to tell you. Maybe that's what she's demonstrating to your ass now. While I'm not saying I don't know if Krishan is still really head over heels in love with this nigga. I don't know if this is fake. I don't know if it's what. I don't know what's what. But what I can say is that she did a demonstration, and she is showing you now. Where are you now bragging that you can get all of these views and all of these subscribers when the day your baby is born? Because the people are so interested in you. He even had these content creators believing that. Because if you go look at Wack and Axe conversation, that's what they was talking about. Blueface got the juice. Then you had Tasha K. Now, Tasha K did give the credit to the both of them, right? She gave the credit to the both of them, but you had so many multiple content creators trying to create this narrative that he got the juice. This nigga don't got the juice by himself. He don't. He is dry. This is why he gotta do all of this shit in order to get the views. Nobody wants to see him doing mukbang all fucking day. When he first started, that's when he started all of that damn smacking. I can't stand. When he started that eating, I had to click that shit out. I can't stand that. I mean, because when Krishan start eating, I can't take it either. It's just nasty. I cannot watch nobody like that eat. It makes me angry to watch that. Like, I don't know how anybody finds enjoyment in watching and hearing all of that. It makes me angry. I have to cut that shit out. After I get over the shock of why are you even eating this way as a human, then I just got to cut it out because I can't take it. But nobody wants to see that all day. Like, you get to spice it up. What you do? In order to spice it up, you tried to provoke Holy Hands. Holy Hands at first wasn't letting you provoke her. She was trying to ignore all of y'all. She wasn't making any statements about y'all. She had disengaged. Y'all kept on poking the bear. That still wasn't working. So then what do? You make a phone call and you tell her you need her. You need her. Once you do that, you know Holy Hands is like, that's your Chucky doll. And you didn't let these people play around with her. You didn't let these people keep talking about her this way. So she's going to show them something. You heard her the other night when she said, she's going to realize that he's going to leave with me every time. That's what Krishan said in that car before Blueface got in that car and she drove off with him in that car. Nevaeh could have went into labor that night. That nigga wasn't interested. Do you think that if Nevaeh had gone into labor that night, especially after they got into that altercation at the club, they probably was drunk, or at least he was probably. I don't know, whatever it was. He would have been asleep. He would have missed the whole goddamn thing. Thank God that's not what happened. But honest to God, that might have got them the views. Thank God that it didn't happen, that night that she went into labor and then his ass out in the street fighting got knocked out in the street. So I'm pretty sure that wherever he went at, he was knocked out and probably wouldn't have even heard the phone ringing. You know, Krishan ain't doing nothing to help him hear the phone ring, right? So he would have been knocked out, missed the whole goddamn thing. Thank God that didn't happen, right? But on God, that's what would have happened that night. So he did that by luck, but she would have that might have generated more views if he would have come in there fresh off of her having the baby on her own. The people would have tuned in for that. Because they would have wanted to see what is her response. Not all them little lovey-dovey pictures after you done humiliated the hell out of her. And now you done shown all these little lovey-dovey pictures. And then you go to turn on the camera. And the people is waiting for a show. And all the show you trying to give them is a cute little baby. I should have went over there and subbed so I could see the cute. Because I want to see the cute baby. I do. I would prefer to watch the nigga do content that reflects a better character, right? So, but I know that ain't gonna happen. So that's why I will be giving my sub money to that bullshit. I just got to watch it where I can watch it for free, okay? If I'm not paying, I told you I had felt guilty when I had to subscribe to that SZA channel, but I felt like that I was doing my community service by paying for it so that we could see how Callie nicely told Carlissa off, right? That it was worth it. It was worth it for that, and to see Pop try to tell his daughter that Pink Face needs to get in line. That Pink Face is out of control. So I felt like that was community service. It was worth it because we got to sit down together and we got to watch those experiences, right? But I cannot stand to pay for some shit where I'll watch it, but I'm going to watch it for free, though. I'm going to watch it for free. I ain't going to pay for it. I ain't gonna pay. Now, I do pay for my YouTube premium, but that's because I don't want to see commercials. That ain't just, I watch all types of stuff on my YouTube premium. So it's not just Blueface, right? So, but that's as far as I'll go, right? That's as far as I'll go to maybe like paying. Like, I'm gonna give my money to YouTube. I'm not gonna send it over there to Blueface and Krishan or Nevaeh or Jaden, right? Carlissa got me, right? The mama got me, right? But the rest of them ain't getting me with no paid subscription. Okay, so anyway, because that's all they. Because I think somebody was saying that Wack was having a conversation. I think it was Pep. I was listening to her, and she was saying that Wack said something about charging that Blue should go up to charging his subscribers $50 or something like that. I don't know how that works, but something about charging $50, and I'm like, do they really think that that's really like gonna happen? Yeah, right. It's a necessity, Miller, exactly, because I don't want to see them commercials, right? But all the people are gonna do is do what they already doing. They steal the content. You do the kick, somebody subscribes to it, and then they come on other platforms and they show it. And it's a strategy that a lot of the Krishan supporters do in order for them to control the support. See, and that's what I'm saying. I know because I'm watching everything. They keep trying to say these are Blueface supporters. No. These are both of their supporters. But you get to see what they really support when certain things happen. These Krishan fan base pages, the Rocktards, they will support Blueface's platforms as long as he's engaging with Krishan. When he's doing something that is not pleasing to them, they withdraw their support. And they do things to encourage other people not to support, but they still report on it. And they report on it by just it being one person who gets the content, and then everybody else just bounces off of that one person. That's how they are controlling the subscribers. You seeing it happen tonight. You are watching everybody stream them at the hospital tonight. What does that mean? That's taking the viewership away from them. And now other people are making money, and probably more money off of this video than probably Blueface is making now. Because what is he making with less than 500 subscribers on the day that his baby is born? He was certain. You said it was born. Exactly. He was certain that he was going to get that 1,000, Pat. He was certain that he was going to get that 1,000 that was going to take him up so that then we're going to reveal the baby. Listen, the viewers were not interested. They were not interested. 276, like 74, 76 for a whole hour. And then by the time I jumped off of that 45 minutes, it was 306. That's it. And he was really disappointed. So these numbers show him where those subscriber base is coming from. The people are showing him where it come from. And I would love to have Waeh and Academic retract what the fuck they done put out here with that damn lie that they done went over there on 100 side on YouTube and then said. Because they always trying to paint just one person in a bad light. No, they are arranging and doing this shit together. Right? They are arranging and doing this shit together. But the reality is, Krishan has a fan base that is outside of all of this drama. And that's what makes her fan base more consistent, because she does have something else to offer other than being part of the circus. And the reality is that most of the people that support Krishan, they really don't want to see her participating in the circus. They will go along because especially the Rocktards, the ones I call the Rocktards, because they will justify her doing anything, right? So they will go along with it when she engages with the circus. But at heart, those people would rather see Krishan away from Blueface and away from the circus. So her fan base is different. Blueface does not have a musical fan base. You saw them sorry ass tours that he just went on. That shit looked like some trailer park tours. That's why DDG don't want no part of it. Like the other people, they ain't crazy. They'll have him come around for the controversy that he generates. But ultimately, they are looking at Blueface like he is this big ass fucking clown. He ain't the ringmaster. They look at him like he's a clown. Right? He just part of this act. Right? And a much bigger system. You said people waking up. Listen, I don't know if they waking up or they waiting for him to act like he says he acts. That's, nigga, we want you. I'm having a conversation the other day, and I was explaining how in some churches, right, this is why I never believe like in selling the gospel, right? You'll hear preachers, pastors, and other church administrators quote scripture and say, a workman is worthy of his hire, and all of these things in order to justify them being compensated for their job, what they do, right? It's spreading the gospel, because a lot of them have taken that on as a full-time thing. And so they look at it as a full-time job, and they feel like they should be compensated a full-time wage, right? But I never believed in that because I always feels like, this is how I feel. The person that holds the purse controls the room. And when you are giving the gospel, right, to people for sale, your theology will change. That is why you see such varying theologies, because your theology changes in order to cater to those who hold the purse. Well, this is the same concept when you look with Blueface. Blueface is not in control. The audience is in control. And see, this is what I was having conversations like, we really do kind of have it a little bit effed up of what we really think the system is and how the system really functions, at least in my opinion, right? We give so much power to who we call someday in the elite, but it's really our finicky, fickle appetites that control the elite to make these finicky, fickle decisions that put us in a situation we are in, because essentially the people do control the purse. We are the consumers. So we control the purse. So when we tell them that we want things and what we want changes every day, changes every hour, every minute, every second, then that's how they look. And because the populace doesn't want to take responsibility for their finicky and fickle behavior, they blame it on the elite, right? Because then they had somebody to blame. But the reality is that it's us who control. It's just like when I said the other day, how we got a whole bunch of men in a room when women are the larger voter base. How is it that we have a whole bunch of men in a room making decisions about women's health? You want to know why? Because women are the biggest contributors to patriarchal systems. We uphold patriarchal systems. And that's why it's a bunch of men in a room, predominantly white men, making decisions for women's health. We are voting them into those positions. And we're voting them in by weeding out other candidates. They don't have to fix the ballot. They don't have to do something to skew the numbers. They can put out certain propaganda that influences people to continue to vote in the same patterns that they want them to. And when you make people fear voting for a South Asian woman, right? When you give them all of the reasons to fear voting for her, then you uphold the patriarchal system, because you don't care what the other white male is made of, you're going to vote for him anyway, because they've made you fear voting for a South Asian woman, educated woman. So it's a psychological thing. They don't have to manipulate it by going to get the machine to manipulate it. I'm not saying it ain't never happened where they haven't manipulated the machines. But we see twice in history where that is disputed, that the machine is being manipulated. And that's one time in the election of George Bush, W, and Al Gore, and then again with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. The popular vote voted for her. The popular vote voted for Gore. The electoral college votes went to the other candidate. So that shows you if they had rigged the machines would have been consistent with what the electoral votes would have looked like. So they don't need to manipulate us that way. There's many other ways to do that type of manipulation. And one thing that they know about the people that they deal with is that we are finicky and fickle, right? And that our appetites change every day, every hour, every minute, every second. And what we were pleased with yesterday, we no longer have an appetite for today. And as long as they put something more pleasing in our purview, or something that's more inconsistent with what we think is our values, we will go for it. And so that's what it is not. This is not Blueface knowing how to control, right? This is Blueface being controlled by the purse. And I think the demonstration from this weekend and then what we saw today proves that. If he had the juice, he would have had just as many subscribers today and been able to sell it today, the same while he's doing something positive, at least. Something maybe redeemable, right? Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see a redemption story. Nigga, they want you to get back to the content. The content is contenting, nigga. Sambo, get on the stage, put your black face on, and give us a show. That's what they telling him. He is not in control. He does not have the juice. And so I need them content creators that's out there pushing that narrative to correct this. Because if he did, the people, the viewers, if they were so enamored with him, and if he had such a way with people, and he was just such the greatest thing, you want to know what? They would have piled up in that room to see his little newborn baby. Because who doesn't want to see a newborn baby? Beyonce and Jay-Z broke the internet showing their baby. Got a nice penny for it. If Blueface got the juice and y'all got all over these headlines that they are bigger than Beyonce and Jay-Z, because when Krishan said that, everybody laughed, right? But now these content creators that came out today and said all of that. Okay, well then how come Beyonce broke the internet and Blueface can't even get 500 subs? Make that make sense. So, no matter what Beyonce and Jay-Z do to switch up their style, they're going to have an audience. They're going to have a crowd. Blueface has to continue to put on blackface and be somebody's source of entertainment. The court jester. This is not no king. This ain't no king, queen behavior. This is the court jester. He is the entertainment for the royals. They bring you there in order for satire and to make fun and to laugh. This is who this nigga is. And he got little Chucky doll doing it with him. And the little Chucky doll didn't learn how to master it better than his ass. Because at least she's able to have two different audiences. Blueface has effed up his potential to ever have an audience musically, and he has to them, and they warned him. Let me tell you, he was warned about that when he came home. He was warned about that when he came home. Let me see, who is this? You said, I can't believe they couldn't get 500 subs. That's crazy. They had 20, 30K the other night. Exactly. I would think he can't break the internet because of what is promoted inside of his narrative. That could be the case too, Pat. It could. That's the hope, right? The hope is that the tide would turn and that people would be doing that for that reason, right? But we can't guarantee that that's the case. Because we are giving the people too much credit, right? We are saying that they are more wholesome than that. Well, I don't know if I can go with that when we've been watching it all this time. Why all of a sudden you got wholesome all of a sudden overnight? I want to hope that could be the case, right? I was there to see the little baby. I was there, but I haven't been subbing to see none of this shit. I was just like I watched this shit for free. I was gonna see the baby the same way for free, okay? not for no sub, okay? So the people who support you, his supporter base, they don't want to see you act this way. You said, I would think he can't break the internet. Oh, yeah, I read that part. Yeah. So hopefully, Pat, that is the case. Hopefully the people are getting weary and tired of him constantly doing this, humiliating these women, humiliating his damn self. Because like I said, this is no different than you doing blackface. This is no different than how white people put black people up to be entertainment. They're their sources of entertainment. Same thing, right? Same thing. So he's not, like I said, this is not no type of royal behavior. This is the gutter behavior that, you know what, listen, y'all, one time my son, this is, you know, back we had the DVDs, right? And so his dad had all them Dave Chappelle DVDs and Def Jam and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so, yeah, you said Wiz Clips is my go-to. Free 90. Exactly, Miller. That's all I'm thinking about. I ain't subbing to none of this shit, okay? So my son had got a hold. The DVDs were downstairs, right? So his grandmother had came over to watch them, and he went downstairs in the basement and was starting to watch the DVDs. So he watched that one, you know, the one skit where Dave Chappelle is acting like the crackhead. Oh my gosh, we went over to my mother's house. This is how I found out that he watched it. We went over to my mother's and we sitting there, and my son starts to do the skit in front of my mother. And my mother doesn't know what he's really saying, but I do because I know the skit. Oh my gosh, my heart started racing. I was like, oh no, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you saying, right? No, that ain't appropriate. He didn't know though, because he know he wasn't supposed to be watching that, but he would sometimes overhear us watching it, so he went to go pop it in while his grandmother was at the house watching him, and she just knew he was downstairs. She thought he was down there playing. Child, my son had recited that whole goddamn skit and went over there about to say that in front of my mother. I had to stop him, and that's what I mean. Carlissa should have stopped this boy a long time ago and let him know you are not nobody's entertainment. You are not nobody's fucking entertainment. That is one thing my parents instilled in me. You are not anybody's entertainment. Now, you can be entertaining, but you are not anybody's entertainment. Right? That is not what this is. So, this, I don't know. That's what we looking at. That's what we saying. I hope the same pages who ran out in the streets in order to say what they had to say over the weekend into yesterday, I hope they come back and correct today. I hope they report on the fact Wack was at the hospital. He seen the views, wasn't viewing. The same eyewitness you were to when you came out here and you took your ass and had the conversation with academics saying what you said. Now go make the correction. Go make the correction. Don't be biased because you don't like the girl. Tell the truth. Don't be biased because you don't like the girl. Tell the truth. It was her who had the juice and got it pumping and got those views for them this weekend. It is exactly what she said. When she sat back at that computer desk after coming and knocking on that door to that house, and she said, fuck his program, this my program. That's what she said. That's why I'm saying you have to start to wonder and ask, is she genuinely being sincere when she's doing all of that goo-goo gaga shit when she's over there with him? Or is that all part of her act in order for her to show them a demonstration that he's going to leave with her every time? And the proof is why he leaves with her every time. He leaves with her every time because he says on camera, I'm the one who generated this 50K views, but he knows in his heart that it was not him alone that generated those 50K views. That's what he knows. He's trying to sell something different to the people, and the people was buying it. The people was buying it until today. I witnessed it. I seen it. He couldn't get 500 subs to see him and Nevaeh's brand new newborn baby. If he could do that with anyone And if him and Nevaeh was so interested and Nevaeh could help him just run it up all on her own, why didn't she do it sitting in that hospital bed today? What happened? You said this my house is not going nowhere. Going nowhere. Exactly right. He has to keep that attachment. Exactly. He has to. He has to keep it in order to be beneficial. And so we don't know if that was part of Krishan's demonstration. Is to tell Nevaeh, B, you better just shut up. Because you know the source of your income right now, that's coming from me, sweetheart. You welcome. You welcome. People be doubting that that girl has some type of intelligence because she always acting simple-minded and crazy as fucking hell. But she got some kind of intelligence that have made it from a situation of homelessness and coming from two drug-addicted parents and all of that to at least getting out. Nobody's happy with how she's gotten to this place. We would have wanted her to do something better. We know she has better talents. But the reality is that she do got some form of sense. We don't know if this is all an act on her part. Because she feels like she about to prove a point. I don't know what the hell this shit is now. But I'm going to tell you this. Tonight, I already knew what it was. I knew it was a combination of the two of them and their evilness that was generating this, right? But, so I already knew that, right? Everybody want to see evil. You know, because evil is good. If it wasn't for evil, it wouldn't be no good. That's what the preacher on Vampire in Brooklyn said. So everybody want to see a little bit of evil every now and then, you know. Because then it reminds them of what's good and what's pure and what's acceptable and what's pleasing, right? If you don't see all the other things, you don't even know what those things are. They give definition to those things, right? So everybody want to see that every now and then. So, hey, she proved it. This demonstration proved it. She has not come online. You want to know what else might have hyped up people wanting to see that baby? If she would have come online and started crashing out all of a sudden, and then that would have sent people over to them to see if it would be some kind of response. She didn't do none of that. You want to know what Krishan did today? She had to get her ass up, and Coach Calvin made her put in that fucking work. He said, I'm tired of you letting this nigga have a remote control behind your back. You are more than this. You are more than this. And Coach Calvin kicked her ass in that gym today. And you want to know what? Her viewers was there for it. Because she has a viewership that is not centered around this circus fucking act. And that is the difference. That's the difference. Her viewership, her real genuine viewership, want to see her win. They want to see her win, and they want to see her away from him. That rhymes. That's a rhyme. That's bars, right? They want to see her away from him. They want to see her win. They don't want to see her stuck in this. Look at how she got people. Clarissa Shields, and not in a great situation. Now, her situation ain't no Blueface and Krishan situation, but she's still not in the best of situation. But she voiced to her what she sees in her and what she would like to see her do. You got Deion Sanders and his daughter, all of them, that whole family, they still calling her. Even after what happened to her this weekend, they was still on the line calling her. It's countless people who continuously try to feed into her and tell her, you have real greatness in you. Go out there and do it. Get yourself away from this shit. That's the base that she got. I don't see nobody. I'm sorry, and I just got to be honest. I don't see nobody calling Blueface up telling him that they see something better. I ain't seen nobody do that. But it's Miami. I ain't seen nobody come out public and say, Blueface could do so much more better. Why is he? I ain't seen it. Other than who? Wack 100? That ain't enough for me. We need more people. We need more people. Get some more people. That ain't enough. On that, y'all, thank y'all for coming in here tonight. Pep, Miller, Mom Life Love, thank y'all for coming in and talking to me with this on tonight. We will wait and see what tomorrow's episode will bring. But as for now, Blueface could not even crack 500 subs to reveal the face of, I'm sure, his beautiful, brand new baby boy that Vaeh safely delivered despite all the hell that this nigga raised over the whole fucking weekend. Y'all, good night, sleep well, peace.